Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going over 10 decks you should and could be playing in Pokemon TCG Pocket. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what deck you're playing down below. So all of these decks have no EX cards in them. Most of them are just rares, or some of them don't even have rares in them. So that's why this is going to be for the free-to-play players or people who just want to play in the no EX format. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it with the first one. We're going to start off with Melmetal. So this is what your typical Melmetal deck is going to look like. There's 2 Mawile, 2 Meltans, 2 Melmetals in here. Some people are also running the Bisharp line as well, which I don't see a problem with. But what's great about this is how much Melmetal really hits for and his passive ability. His passive ability is Hard Coat, which when you take damage, you take minus 20 damage from attacks. And then your attack is Heavy Impact. It's 3 metal, 1 colorless, hitting for 120, which is going to knock out most Mons. Switching over to the Mawile here, you're going to actually want to put Mawile out on your first turn. Mawile takes 1 energy using Crunch. You flip a coin. If heads, you discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, this is going to help you stall while you stack your Meltan, your Melmetal on the bench. However, there's one thing to think about, that if you only have your Meltan, that you can go ahead and put Meltan out, especially if you're going second. You're going to get that energy on there, and then you're going to be able to use Amass and be able to stack another energy very quickly. And you'll be able to very quickly build up the Melmetal, swinging for 120, and that's that. So we're just going to go right into the next one. This next one is this Lieutenant Surge deck. Now, Lieutenant Surge is consisting of your Pikachu, Raichu line, your Magnemite, Magneton. You could have Voltorb, Electrode in there if you really feel like it. You don't have to. You could switch it out for some like different trainers or different items, potions, whatever. But the idea with this deck is that you will get Magneton onto your bench, and you'll want to use Magneton's passive ability every turn, which gives you an extra energy onto the Magneton. And you want to have Raichu out in your active spot. And Raichu hits hard with its Thunderbolt ability, but you have to discard all energy from that Pokemon, from the Raichu. So the idea with this is that you'll have Magneton stacking, you'll need to balance out, and then play the Lieutenant Surge card, which brings all benched energy to the Raichu in the active spot, so that potentially you could stack the Raichu 1 turn, hit Thunderbolt, knock a Pokemon. The next turn you're playing Lieutenant Surge and hitting a big number again. If you get the right hand with this, it's definitely going to win you quite a bit of games. Next up is a slow burn of a deck. We've got Greninja Weezing. Now, the synergy here is Greninja, its passive Water Shuriken is going to be doing 20 damage to any Pokemon, while you play Weezing in the active spot. Now, Weezing, as we know, is going to be using its passive ability to poison the active Pokemon. Now, what's great about this deck is that you can have Koga, and you'll play Koga after poisoning the active Pokemon with the Weezing. You can then switch into Bruxish. Now, Bruxish is going to be doing extra damage because the opponent's Pokemon has taken some damage already. So it'll be hitting for 70 instead of 10. So you hit big numbers. The active Pokemon's poisoned, so they're either going to have to switch out, and you also have Greninja on your bench hitting for 20 every turn. It's just a slow burn. How can you escape from this slow death? It is what it is, man. You just don't want to play up against this. Now, you could switch out the Misty here. You could switch the Misty for something like an X speed, in case. I don't really like having too many trainers in my hand. Having some more item cards would be nice. A potion, an X speed to get another switch in, would be great. Next up is this combo of Greninja Tentacruel. It's very similar to the last deck, but this time we don't have Bruxish. You could add a Bruxish in there if you felt like it, but the idea of this one is very similar. It's a slow burn. Tentacruel is going to end up poisoning the active Pokemon with its attack. It's doing, I believe, 50 damage. So it hits big, also poison, and you'll want to have the Greninja sitting on your bench, also doing 20 damage. It's the slow burn. This deck, what it looks like is you just got more supporter cards in there, trainer cards in there than you did in the last one. A few less Pokemon, but the idea is the same with this. So whether you have Weezing or you have Tentacruel, it's up to you which one you want to play, or try them both. You know, they're both gonna be a slow death for the enemy, which you know, it's up to you how you feel afterwards. So anyway, let's go to the next one. Weezing is just played in so many different decks right now. It's absolutely crazy. But for this one, we have an Arbok Weezing combo with the Koga. Now the idea for this one, if you get the right hand, you're going to want to have Weezing out in your active spot. You're going to want to poison with the Weezing and then Koga, and you're going to put in Arbok. And then with Arbok, you're going to need to attack with Corner so that your opponent cannot retreat. Yeah, Corner, what it does is that it makes your opponent not be able to retreat. It hits for 60, which is decent damage. It'll maybe be 2 turns of Corner and your opponent's knocked, depending on what card they have out in play. But they're just stuck. They can't get away from the poison unless they can evolve that active Pokemon. But even then, I think by that point it's too late, right? So you'll do that, and then you can swap the Arbok back out into a Weezing, poison Koga into Arbok Corner, just on repeat. If you get the right hand, that's what it is. And there's no way out, and it's very frustrating to play against. So on to another Weezing deck. This combo is Weezing and Alakazam. You're going to want to have Weezing out in the active spot. Weezing is meant to stall. Poisoning, they're gonna be wanting to switch their active Pokemon if they get poisoned, which means another opportunity to place down another energy onto this Alakazam. You need to have the Alakazam on your bench, stacking the Alakazam, and now once you're ready, you can swap in this Alakazam, and any Pokemon that your opponent has been stacking energies on, they're just gonna get one shot. It is what it is. Like, they're gonna get one shot, right? Alakazam does 60 damage plus 30 for each energy that your opponent's active Pokemon has on them at that time. So 60, 90, 120, 150. It just will keep going. It's crazy. Alakazam's just gonna one shot. So that's what this deck is all about. It's a good deck, pretty strong, counters the meta counters the meta pretty good, with like different EX decks minus the Pikachu. But even then, even with Pikachu, if it's got 2 energy on it, you're knocking it. So it's good. Now we're gonna go away from Weezing for a minute and talk about this deck, this Blaine deck, which is one that I'll be showcasing later in this video. You have to play it. Like, you just have to play it if you want to win, if you want to stack, even in those, like, the genetic emblem events. If you want to win fast and win hard, Blaine wins fast and Blaine wins hard. It's just, you can't get away from this. If you have the perfect hand, you just are placing these cards out so fast, getting energy on. They need such little energy. You get energy on them. You have a Blaine in your hand. You're hitting Rapidash, does 40. You're hitting another 70. It's knocking basic Pokemon. The idea is that you play so fast that your opponent can't do anything. They can't stack. They can't get evolutions out. They can't do anything. And you can definitely see that later in this video in the gameplay. It's crazy. You're going to have to play this deck if you want to win, if you want to really make some people mad to where, like, your opponent can't do anything. Another deck with Arbok in it is this Arbok Pidgeot combo. Now, you're going to want to have Pidgeot on your bench, actually. Now, Pidgeot's ability Drive Off is going to make the opponent switch their active Pokemon. You'll have Arbok out on the field using Arbok's ability, or Arbok's attack corner, which makes your opponent not be able to retreat during their next turn, right? So you just slowly chip away at them, controlling which Pokemon is in play, and not allowing your opponent to actually play the game how they want to play it. This game is on your terms with this deck. These final two decks are going to be my pride and joy. I just, you know, it's a fun time. We have Dragonite, Hypno, Articuno. It's crazy. It looks crazy. It might be crazy. Okay, so what you want to do is be building Dragonite on your bench. You will also have Hypno on your bench. You need to have Articuno in play. This is it could be chaos, you know, it could work, it could not work for you. It's a coin flip. And we love coin flips, right? So you have Hypno on your bench, and Hypno's got the ability to be able to put the active Pokemon to sleep every turn, but you gotta flip a coin, right? If you stack Articuno with the Misty, then there's a possibility that you can you're either gonna put your opponent to sleep, or you're gonna paralyze them. Maybe both. It is, I don't know, it could go either way. It's a coin flip, right? You are just going to stall and stall until you get this Dragonite fully stacked, swap into that Dragonite, start swinging for 200. It's, you know, it could really piss your opponent off. It could really piss you off. It's a coin flip, guys. It's a coin flip, you know? It's a fun deck to play, though. You guys should definitely try it. If you have everything here, definitely give it a shot. See if you can win those coin flips. Maybe not. Like I said, we love coin flips. So here we go. This is my deck, Discard Delight. It consists of Gyarados and Fearow. And I know, you're probably thinking, like, what? Dude, I don't know, man. It's just for fun, right? So the Gyarados, you have to have on your bench, clearly. You need to stack it. You need to flip coins with that Misty. Pray to the Poke gods that you get 4 freaking energies onto that Gyarados. If you don't, it's whatever, right? So you want to have the Fearow in play. If you can get Fearow, then there's a possibility that you can be flipping coins to be discarding your opponent's a random energy from their active Pokemon. That's why it's Discard Delight, right? So we've got Fearow discarding, and we have Gyarados fully stacked, discarding energies from your opponent. Hopefully they just won't be able to play. We also have an Articuno in there for stalling, tagging along with that Misty if you need to use the Misty on the Articuno, right? It's a coin flip, guys. I know it's not good. It's just fun, you know. You guys, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. Sometimes you get six heads on a Misty, and you're having a good time, you know. And your opponent just quits the game. I hope you guys are having fun out there. If there's any crazy decks that you've built or anything that you were playing specifically, let me know down in the comments. We'll get into some gameplay here so you can see a couple of these decks I'm going to showcase, like the Blaine deck. One more thing before we get into the gameplay is if you have any crazy deck names, you should just type them down below in the comments. Let me see, because I try to come up with some funny stuff. Let me know if you guys have anything great. Fighting type. So we have evolution already. Turn 3, we're hitting for 40. Actually, we can knock him. Actually, with Blaine, we just knock. This is how freaking crazy this deck is. This Machop is knocked. Turn 3. You shouldn't have done that. You pissed me off. Let's go, dude. This is that big tech where it's just you get these cards out so fast and use so little energy, hitting for high damage. They just can't do anything. The enemy can't get set up at all. Like, I just win. Yeah. I just win this turn. It's just like that, man. Just like that. Fire Horsey. Yeah, Blaine just hits hard and he hits fast. For an old man. He hits hard, he hits fast. I never retreat. Okay. Okay, full picks. He's also got a fighting deck. A little Pokeball. Sweet. And then Professor's Research. That's, dude, this is just okay. Like, this is just perfect. Nice. It's just perfect. I can swap here? Well. No, I'll have to keep Ninetails in, and I can knock him. Can he attack me or no? After evolving, can he attack? He didn't have energy. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we just evolve. I don't need to swap. Yeah, it's like I just don't even need to. I don't even need to swap there. It's this old man. Old man. He just hits hard, hits fast. Oh yeah, he just can't. You can't do anything against this deck, man. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if this information helped you or inspired you to play something fun, beautiful, I don't know, whatever it is. Hope you guys are having fun. Again, thanks for watching. Till next time, Ronin out. Peace.